Why should adventure be going to the mountains? Because there's adrenaline even in athletics.
So let me be honest with you. I'll be blunt to you. I see, for a person like me, I don't give a damn.
Everything's connected to some monetary
benefit.
And there are countries who actually sponsor people of age.
Yep.
Point is the story behind all of this. But not everyone's story has immediate so-called progress or success. I mean, who doesn't have challenges in life? No one to push, no one to motivate, you to yourself.
Yeah.
Be clear.
Yeah, well,
You were heartbroken.
of course. I told no goodbye athletics, no more running.
There's a lesson in that.
Yes.
And then you might find people from the community approaching you and say, Suhail, you're an inspiration to us. Welcome back. I have a guest with me, a special person in life. But before that, let me just say something. In life, we're always running. We're always running to something or away from something. I guess you do agree.
Yes.
And today I have someone with me who took running as a passion in life. And despite whatever happened in life, broke everyone else's expectations and surpassed what somebody in his 40s might have thought so as close to impossible. Thank you so much, Suhail. I have with me Suhail Youseph from Kerala in India. Suhail has been a friend of mine for many years,
20 plus years.
20 plus. And I think I'll start just by asking you about your upbringing, Suhail.
Okay. So I was born in Dubai and raised in Dubai. I did my whole complete studying in Dubai itself. I would call myself as a Dubai kid. And then I did my engineering in an MES engineering college in Kujipuram. Came back to Dubai and started working. And now I'm doing my own business.
So, business is one side of life, but then there's been a burning passion inside way back in school years.
Yes.
How did that start?
It started like, see, from very young age itself. I would say like the sprinting and running and everything, it's 70% of genetics. And the rest 30% is whatever you can improve yourself.
I've seen your father, and I know he's an athletic person.
Yes, he is, definitely.
He still plays badminton.
At the age of 73.
Yep. So I'm sure there's a little bit of not just the genetics, but that spirit,
Definitely.
right?
Yes.
But then how did you zero down on athletics?
Okay, it's a funny story, to be honest. Like, see, there used to be the school events and everything.
Right.
And very young age, so from the age of 8 years onwards, I used to come first.
Uh-huh.
There was a new PT teacher that was appointed. His categorization of getting the student was you have to run like 10 rounds.
Okay.
Okay. But I did not do 10 rounds. I was a sprinter. But I just completed 7 rounds. I told I did 10 rounds. And he got furious because I lied. And then for that particular reason, I was kicked out of the team. Okay. But then what happened was I bunked my school at in 5th grade. I told like I have this particular training and everything. I went to him and told, see, I really want to get into the athletic team. I can beat anyone over there. So please get me into the team.
You made a challenge.
I made a challenge to him. He started taking the stick from the tree and started beating me. I don't know, forget it. Just want to run. Then
he actually did that.
I actually did that. Then I just ran. And from that...
That was a breakthrough.
That was a breakthrough. Then, yeah.
Then you beat everybody else.
Exactly, yes.
Formal training?
No training at all. Because I knew that I would come first. Is that like, no, I could not run that 7 round, 8 round, whatever it is. But that was like, I don't know on what basis did he select that.
Right.
But then I broke that expectation. Then I got selected to the school team for athletics. That was in 5th grade. And then we had this inter-school competitions. Came first in that.
Okay.
We had in Abu Dhabi, came second in 80 meters and 150 meters something.
Okay.
So it was like, it was there in me.
Right.
Yes.
It was naturally there.
It was naturally there in me. The major breakthrough came in 11th grade,
Okay.
where I got selected for the All India CBSE.
Okay.
So there wasn't anyone who got medal in the sprint events.
Hmm.
So I was the first guy to get medal in the sprint event, 100, 200
Right.
from the GCC area.
Right.
And the next year I got gold medal in the 100 meters.
Okay.
So that's the athletic journey in short this
In a
time.
nutshell.
In a nutshell.
And I know that, I mean, if I was to talk about the kind of medals and trophies that Suhail has in his house, I think you need a complete wall for it,
Yeah.
probably, and that's amazing. But point is the story behind all of this
Yes.
and the journey,
Yeah.
because it's not easy, because a lot of Indians, or we Indians, are not known or recognized for athletics.
No.
It's always cricket and maybe something else.
Yeah.
I mean, but athletics, there's a lot of talent in India itself from this particular field.
Yep.
Where did you get your support from? Tell us about like the support structure that you've had, and was it always? Don't tell me it was just yourself.
It wasn't myself, to be honest, but I would say, like, compared to other countries like US or UK or something, we are far behind. There's no support system much from the government, let me be honest with you. And there's no support system in the society as such, because the society doesn't see athletics as something, a great thing.
If you run, you're a runner. That's
Yeah,
it.
if you're a runner, okay, fine, you get a medal, you appreciate it. But the support system of how to get athletes to the next level, I don't think the people think about it or do a lot of research about it, which needs to be done, because we Keralites. I was talking to one of my other friends over there. Says like genetically we do possess a lot of athletic talents
Okay.
because of the nutrition, because of the climate, and because of our genetics. We do have. That's why we can see Indians who broke the Asian record for the 4x400 meters.
Right.
All the four were for South Indians, and
Okay.
three of them were from Kerala.
Right.
Right.
Amazing.
So definitely we have that.
We have
We
it.
have to nurture it, and we have to see that, and it grows.
And when you attend these kind of, or when you made it through to witness how the international candidates are treated by their
Yeah.
so-called support system,
Yes.
I'm sure you feel for it. This is what we are missing out on, isn't it?
The problem is, see, for a person like me, I don't give a damn. Let me be honest to you. Let me be honest to you. Because even if they support, they don't support, because I have the burning passion to grow up myself, it's okay. But for a person who is not financially independent, who needs support, for them, what happens, like, when they don't see the government or their people supporting, they just drop out there.
You have your family wants you to do other stuff in life.
Yes, exactly.
Your typical doctor, engineer, maybe a bit into business.
What do you do with this?
What are you going to do out of running
Yeah,
in life?
exactly. Even recently, my relative, she, okay, what are you gonna do with this medals? You're not gonna get some money out of it.
That's
I
true.
don't like, see, it's not about the money. It's
Everything's
about
connected to some monetary benefit.
benefits. For me, it's not about money. You're creating a kind of environment for the people to see. What are you leading to? You're participating. You're representing your country,
Yes.
right?
Right.
And-
Maybe at present, at start, you might have just represented your school.
Yeah.
Then it was the territory, the region, the
State, and
state,
then, yeah,
district,
national, yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
But you're representing something.
You're representing something.
And then, at the bare minimum, you're representing your physique.
Exactly. Your health is your wealth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And your health is your wealth, even if you're back in your school years, or even if you're 40 plus.
Yeah, definitely.
And that brings me to ask you on what I've just come to know recently as the World Masters Championships.
Yeah, no, it's actually Asian Masters Championship.
Okay.
It's Asian Masters Championship.
Right.
In Philippines.
In the Philippines. But this particular so-called Masters League is, it actually exists, and it exists for people who still have that burning desire in them.
Yep.
So even if you're 35 plus, all the way to 40 and 50 and whatever, you still are given a platform to represent whatever you want to represent.
Yes, definitely.
And there are countries who actually sponsor people of age.
Yep.
I'm not saying we're that aged, but they still
Yeah.
they still find pride in pushing someone to represent them at this level. And
Definitely.
that's the Masters
Yeah.
events,
Yes.
it starts from your district level, which is the reason why you're here
Yeah.
in Kerala.
In Kerala.
Today you have a
State meets.
qualifiers,
Yeah.
and then you represent India, and I believe that's something that's going to happen in Pune,
In Pune,
in
exactly.
Maharashtra, in India. And later up, if things go well,
The World Masters in Sweden.
there's no Asian level in between.
No, it's like 1 year you have Asian and then 1 year you have World Masters.
Right. Amazing. So Gothenburg, Sweden. That
2024 is Gothenburg.
amazing. That is the ultimate.
Hopefully, inshallah. Yes, inshallah. Let's see.
Amazing. So you see, this is where like there is opportunity. I want to make sure that if there's anyone sleeping out there, slacking on their couch, thinking, I'm done. I'm in my 40s, and there's no opportunity available. I got to look at better things in life. I got to think about my family, my kids, settling down. I think you can still do two things at the same time,
Definitely you can.
and that's Suhail. That's a proven fact. But not everyone's story, or not everyone has immediate so-called progress or success. That's something else. Well, I mean, who doesn't have challenges in life?
Yeah.
And Suhail,
Oh.
I mean, we might be a little fast on explaining how Suhail has been through in his journey, but it wasn't fast.
It wasn't fast.
And- and-
It was progressively advanced. It went progressively good.
Right. And one thing about Suhail that I know, and that is innate, is persistence.
Yes.
Suhail has been persistent on himself even without the need of a coach, because this was and this is something which I've known from his college mates. We're all connected. So they've told me that Suhail would wake up early in the morning, he would jog a long distance, and then he would catch a bus
Yeah.
to go to a track which is pretty far off, and then run there. That was alone. You used to do all
Yeah,
of this
all
alone.
alone, all alone.
No one to push,
No.
no one to motivate you to yourself.
Yeah.
And then you do your practice and come back.
Yep.
And if ever you got an opportunity to represent your college or
Yeah.
whatever, you would do it.
I would do that.
And then one fine day, misfortune struck.
Yep.
What was that?
A back pain.
How did that happen?
I just went up from the bus and
You
I
fell off.
I fell off. Yeah.
Be clear.
Yeah, I fell off.
You fell off
Yeah.
from a bus trying to do something which someone was not supposed to do.
No, nothing like that. There was luggage in my hand, and they just fell off on my back, and then I felt something that wasn't correct, normal. I thought probably it would go off in another day or two, but honestly speaking, it took almost 2 years to completely go off that pain.
The pain took 2 years.
The pain took two
The
years.
career took a big
Career
full
took
stop.
17. Yeah, I mean, I returned to athletics like after.
No, hold up with the
Okay,
return.
okay, fine.
So, how old were you when this happened?
It was 20.
You were 20 years of
20
age.
years, yeah.
You were still bustling with desire.
Yeah.
You just wanted to make sure you did your academics, and that
Uh.
was the engineering just for the academics' sake.
Yeah, yeah.
The passion
But still there.
was still there,
Mm-hmm.
and then you were heartbroken.
Yeah, I won't say like I was depressed because women,
Depressed?
we wouldn't do
Depression
that.
is a recent term.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you were heartbroken.
Of course. Definite.
You took some medical help.
I did.
You wanted to come back, but you were told you couldn't.
I wasn't told I couldn't. The problem is the system over here. You know the doctor, let me be honest to you. I'll be blunt to you. The doctors don't give a damn about like your career, your hopes and dreams, nothing.
That's also because there's a void in the system, or a lack of so-called sports medicine or sports related.
No, I'll tell you what happened. Like, see, initial they'll do the assessment, and they just come and say, you do this, that, and then just give some medicines and they just leave you off. It's like they don't even give a damn about whether you want to be a runner, you want to represent. No, they don't care about all those things. They just care about what is there in the system. This problem, this diagnosis, this treatment, halas, that's it.
Problem, diagnosis,
Yeah,
treatment.
yeah,
You
whatever.
just go by the book.
You remember the movie, the Munna by MBBS?
Yes.
In that movie, that doctor was saying about you should treat a patient like a car, a broken car. you shouldn't give emotions.
Yes.
He talks to that in the class, right? Same way. I mean, I remember now when I seen that movie. Same way
It's
the
so true.
doctors treated. They just treat you like a car, like a broken
No
car.
empathy,
Nothing of the sort.
nothing.
And that, when I came back and ran again, I still came first in the school, I mean, in the college. But then I came third in the 400 meters and in 200 meters also. No, came second in 200 and 400 and third in the
You
200.
still ran.
I still ran. I still ran pretty good. But I was of the belief that I could not run again like how I used to run.
You couldn't perform the way you could.
No, because I was not in an environment who could educate me to a point that when you come out of injury, it takes time for you to perform how you used to perform before.
Yeah.
I never knew that. I thought, like, this is over. I can't perform again at all. So then I just put my spikes off.
That's
I
it.
removed and I told no, goodbye athletics, no more running. No more
It
running.
just hit the shelf.
Yeah. I was really sad. Let me be honest. I was really sad, even though like I'm a person like who doesn't keep sadness too much for himself. But deep inside my heart, I was really sad.
And then eventually, Suhail had to resort back to handling his business.
Yeah, business, work.
Things go on in life.
Yep.
Then your priorities change. Then it's family, looking after kids. I've seen Suhail bloat up,
Yeah.
big belly.
25 kgs from now. I mean, more than what I am now.
Yes. So when your responsibilities change, or when you feel like you've cut off, or you've been cut off due to whatever injury or challenge in life, it shows in you.
Yeah, yeah.
It showed in your body.
And mentally, physically,
And
everywhere.
that's something nobody can
yeah,
see.
I can't see.
But then something happened in between.
Uh.
Probably how many years was it? It was definitely more than a 10-year break.
It's 17 years, like say from 2000 to 2017, nothing.
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 Absolutely
Absolutely. I mean, I've tried a little bit of tennis here and there, but then nothing.
nothing. You were called as the ex-athlete,
Yeah, I
the
remember.
person who represented India at school level
I represented GCC, UAE,
the Gulf
Gulf
countries.
country, CBSE nationals.
for the Indian curriculum,
yeah,
and you won
first gold medal.
first at the age of
17.
17.
Yeah.
And you could have continued that streak
Yep.
if this didn't
Wouldn't have
happen.
happened. Yep. And
But then life happens,
Yes.
and you took that for granted.
Yes.
But then 17 years down the line,
Yeah.
you got a spark again.
Yeah.
Something motivated you to bounce back.
Yeah.
That switch was turned on.
Yes.
What was that moment?
So there was this friend of mine from Germany came and visited me, and there was another friend of mine. He saw me like Suhail, like we used to look upon to you and look at what you are now. I am a triathlete, that, this, and everything. He started speaking about good of himself, and he started saying like Suhail, we used to look upon to you, and it's so sad to see you in this kind of state. I thought, okay, fine. I thought, okay, fine. I'll just make a move to go to the gym. There was
Right.
no intention of running.
Right. Just to become fit.
Just to become fit and just to try out the waters. That's it. So I joined Etisalat Academy.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I knew there was a track, but I didn't know the track was in my mind. It was
Right.
not the objective at all.
It was
But
not there.
then I walked to the track, and for the people who knows track, they know the smell of the track. Seriously,
Right.
the smell of the synthetic track that kind of attracts you.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So I thought, okay, fine. Why not just go into it?
Right.
Just try a little bit.
You're in your early 30s.
No, I was like 37.
Oh, God. Right.
And
And the old smell.
yeah, the old smell started, coming up. But then I saw like the kids were training. I was like, okay, why not? Just go give a shot. Let's see how it is. But then,
Hold on. I've seen you beat kids at their own game
yeah,
at 37,
yeah,
and they've been put to shame.
yeah. I mean,
That means they knew you had it in you.
yeah, exactly, yes.
And at that time, when you still gave a shot back at running, you were still out of shape.
I was out of shape.
But then you got to realize that the speed is still in you.
Yeah, it's not
The,
something.
the
Yeah.
fire is still in you,
Yes.
and now I got to get back.
Yes.
And then you developed a routine for yourself.
Yep.
Is there anything you can share with us on what that routine is? What should a person in his late 30s do to get back in shape? This is
Okay.
for me, this is for all the other people out there. It doesn't matter if you have to be a champion or you have to be winning medals, but we all want to get in shape. We all want to be fit. We all want to oil our joints and,
Yeah. True.
nuts
True.
and bolts.
The good part, the bad part, whatever part you can say. I've been through a lot of shit because I didn't know. There was no one to guide me. So I had all the kind of, health issues. Even after returning from the sports. I started getting back pain, knee pain, shin splints, plantar fasciitis, or the foot pain, shoulder issues. Couldn't say whatever because I wasn't doing the things the way it's supposed to be done.
Okay.
As I came through a very hard way, but then gradually and getting into the right environment and right community, things shaped up.
Okay.
It wasn't like, the next day, then the next year or something. I kind of improved myself. No, it was gradually like year by year by year. There was a kind of progress.
Right.
Usually, what happens is like when people hit 35 or 37, whatever it is, they kind of their performance kind of deteriorate because
Yeah.
of the age and the muscle mass reduction. But in my case, what happened was like I had this big years of nothing, and then I came back and I was unfit, and now I'm getting slowly getting fitter. My kind of progression is like this.
Right.
It's going up.
Slow upwards.
Yeah, slow upwards. So it's kind of good. But then the problem with throughout the journey, I had kind of injuries and everything. But then now I know why that happened. So I can tell you guys, when you come back, return to sport, make sure that you have a coach or an instructor or something so that he can guide you. And also be in the environment is
Right.
very important.
And the coach needs to believe in you despite your age or your
Yeah.
physique or whatever. 'Cause-
Exactly, yes,
Right? Because
yes.
that is what Suhail has been able to find at present
Yes.
at this age. He has a coach who's of Arab origin. He
Yeah.
has a trainer as well at the gym. He has a community now
Mhm.
of events for, I wouldn't want to call it senior people, right? Like
Come
middle,
on.
whatever,
What's-
30 plus,
Yeah.
right? And they all
Legends. Call better call legends.
Yeah. I
Senior sounds
yeah,
off.
yeah. You said it well.
Yeah.
So, bottom line, you find the support system.
Yep.
They welcome you with open arms.
Yep.
And then everybody starts supporting each other. I
Yep.
mean, at the end of the day, you want to beat them all.
Yeah.
They all want to beat you too. But they're all in it to win it.
True, but I would say like for the masters, right? In Dubai, not much kind of people are into it because of the reason that they still have the belief that once you hit 40, you just have to slow down and
Right.
not to take things. But in India, there are a lot of people who are still competing and still taking this seriously. In countries like Japan and China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, they are in another level.
The government
The
supports them.
government support system and
They sponsor- they get
the attitude
sponsors.
of the athletes, their passion into it.
Suhail sponsors himself.
Yep.
I mean, imagine the level of commitment and drive you need to do to sponsor your own self financially, mentally.
Mentally, more important.
That's more important.
More important. Because
Right.
you have the whole system, even from the friend side also. Oh, why do you want to spend a lot of money coming to run over here? My part is like, see, in order for you to show the world where are you going to lead to, you might have to invest in yourself.
Right.
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 And this is a part of it.
Fantastic. So, Suhail,
Yep.
in terms of athletics,
Mm-hmm.
who are the idols you look up to?
There are many. There isn't a single one.
Some people call you Milka Singh.
Mhm.
That's. I mean, we would like to. Yeah, that's a legend that India produced.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure the other athletes would be like, "What is he saying?" But for us and our circles, he is our Milka Singh.
Mm-hmm.
Some call you Suhail Bolt.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean,
My college mates, and I love them a lot.
so, I mean, we all understand why.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure that your idols are there
Yep.
in these two names.
Yep.
Who else? What have you taken from them?
Okay. One of the athletes which I look upon to is Trayvon Bromell. He's a US athlete. He also had a similar, not similar, even worse story like me. He had some issues regarding his foot and his Achilles tendon, and because of that, he had to wait almost like 5 years to get back to the track.
Okay. And during this time, he was.
Yeah, he was bedridden. He was not there in the scene. He came back to the track after 2 years from his injury. Then he couldn't perform. Then what happened was like he again went back, did his rehab, training, and then to 2021 he came back with a timing which he never ran before.
So he broke his own record
He's broke his own record
after tragedy.
after tragedy. He's one guy which I'm gonna look up onto.
Okay.
He's one good starter. He's one of the best sprinters I've ever seen. His running mechanics is awesome. Trayvon Bromell is one athlete. Then
Is there anything you remember from what he said? How did he get that push to bounce back?
He's a firm believer of God. That's one thing, one good thing about him, because you do your part, but if you believe that there's a superpower that can support you and take you wherever you want, that belief is something which is very important, I would say. Even if you see the Usain Bolt when he goes to run, you've seen him running, right?
All right.
He goes, he does this,
Right.
right?
Right.
Just before the race, he does that.
That's belief.
That's belief.
That's you mentally prepping yourself.
Exactly. It just if you believe that, you see Khabib
Ah,
before the MMA, whatever he does, he
Yeah.
does. I am nothing, just like this. He does this, does this.
he's everything.
Yeah, he's everything.
Right.
So you see the top athletes, they all do that. Most of them do that. Not even say all, but most of them do that.
Right.
So I would say definitely
There's a drive in it.
There's a divine strength which you need to come to this level,
Push
and I
yourself.
believe that.
Right. And I've seen that you have this sort of mental prep routine prior to an event.
Definitely, yes.
And I think that is necessary for people to kind of calm them down, because when you hit, and I've been to these events myself, especially in my younger years. I've done a little bit of long jump back in my school days. I got bronze a couple of times. I don't even know where that medal is. Bottom line is, thousands of people in the gallery looking at you. And then you have noises, you have your big screens focused on all the athletes. You're nervous, you have your friends looking at you, your family looking at you. I'm sure that nervousness is crazy. And then amidst all that, when that gun is shot, you have to give it your all. You don't have chance to look right or left. How far are you behind?
No.
Whatever. Unless you're bold,
Yeah.
you can just run and look behind and like, oh,
He's one. I mean,
he's one of a kind.
You're one of a kind. Yeah.
Right. So what is that routine that you channel yourself
Yeah.
into to make sure that you're focused and that you carry that focus with you to that track?
Okay. See, in a particular athletic routine, okay, or program, you have this sets, reps. You do it like this many times, this many sets, this many reps, and everything. Okay. But more than the sets and reps, you need to visualize yourself winning.
You visualize yourself.
You should think that you're on the track. You're gonna win. You see the finish line. You see yourself winning. That you need to keep repeating more than the repetition you do for the track.
Right.
You run, like, for example, if you run like 4 times 100 meters, 4 times 200 meters in your preparation, physical preparation, you need to do that at least 10 times. Visualize yourself that you're winning the race.
Okay.
Before the race or before the event of the race, you need to see that you just calm. Okay, calm. I'm here. This is how my drive phase should be. This is how my acceleration should be. This is how, like, I'm gonna win. That thing should be much more than you train. So the
Right.
mental aspect of that should be much more than your physical aspect.
Right. And what about the new generation who get let down if they make it second, or if they don't make it in the top 3, or if they don't even qualify? What do you have to say for them? Because, come on, yes, you want to channel yourself to win it, but you're not always going to win. There'll be always somebody taking the first place. You might come second or third, or maybe not in the top three. Or you might have something, and due to some misfortune, you didn't qualify at all. How do you bounce back and get to that next qualifier?
So I would say it's one good thing that you're quite sad that you're second or third or you didn't qualify. That sadness should be there, but at the same point, at the same time, you shouldn't give up.
Right?
Because it did not happen, you shouldn't give up. You know
Right.
why? Because not everyone's progress is linear.
Uh-huh.
For example, we as two athletes, okay, we do the same program,
Right.
okay, but your performance might not be the same as my performance, okay. Your performance might not be the same as my performance. Also, your growth will not be the same as my growth.
Right.
Probably I might be a bit faster than you in proving myself.
Right.
But at the same time, over a period of time, maybe you might even, catch me up.
Right. Right. Right.
Can't say that.
So it's again on hope, belief,
Exactly.
effort,
Yeah.
channeling yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Because just because you came second for this particular race or third for this particular race or you didn't qualify this particular race, it's not the end of the
Career or
yeah,
your
no,
or your
not at all.
progression.
You have the next event coming up. See what were your faults. What happened like during our times? Like whenever you had this video of our running, we didn't know how we performed, how we ran, nothing.
Yeah.
Right now, you
Yup.
have all this stuff. See what went wrong.
Right.
Which part of your race was fault. Improve on that.
Right.
Work on that.
Right.
Get your whole research on that.
Right.
And then after working on that, see what is the result.
So there's a lot of homework.
Definitely. Watch your race, get your people, get the experts, evaluate your race, and then go for it.
Right. Right.
And then if I won't say if you improve, you definitely gonna improve.
there's a lesson in that.
Yes.
Wonderful. All right. Okay. So I think I'm still gonna come back a little bit out of the athletic scene into what we call as midlife
Crisis.
crisis. I don't know why you use we use this word.
Crisis.
It is a crisis because you're in between a situation where you wanna you have kids, you have family to look after, you're probably getting up and being a person in a community, and people say be more responsible, and then here I am, I go crazy adventuring, and why should adventure be going to the mountains, or why should adventure be going deep down into the ocean, and why should it be bungee jumping and adrenaline? Because there's adrenaline even in athletics,
Definitely.
and
Much
that's
more.
and there's an adventure of life,
Yes.
of challenges, of
Competing.
competitors,
Yeah.
opponents, people that you have your eyes on.
Like this.
Yes, I got my eyes on you. I'm gonna beat you today. And there's an adventure on, they and for them you're the opponent,
Yeah.
and that continues. There's fun in that. There's a lot of fun in that, and there's an adventure in that. And why shouldn't that be represented as well, instead of what people think as adventure? And that's not just the high thrills in life. So
Very true.
so this is why I wanted to make sure that I have you today for a discussion. I mean, if you got any benefit out of this, good on you. But for us, it's just expressing ourselves and using this platform to just share what we've had inside. That shit might hit the fan, and you still gotta get out of it.
Yep.
You gotta clean your own mess.
Yep.
There's nobody that's gonna be coming to do that for you. I mean, you might have your loved ones. I've seen that as well. Like your daughter is supportive of you, your wife is supportive of you, but at the end of the day, there's progress. And for me as well, when I hit the gym, I see the progress in there, and it's not about looking into the mirror and you're seeing your abs or your
Flex
cuts,
your,
but you feel it in you.
definitely.
When you're doing your adventuring, it shows, because you're not gasping for air,
You're
So,
much fit mentally as well as physically.
right, and that makes a whole lot of a difference. Cut the youth
Okay.
because they know they have the drive.
Yep.
What do you have to say to people like us, people in our 40s, want to make it back
Mm-hmm.
into passion
Yep.
projects?
Okay.
It's not necessarily athletics.
Okay.
What are you going to have to do to bounce back?
Fine. They say age is just a number. That is saying, but I would say age is a number. You still have to get that feeling that you have hit your 40s. That doesn't mean that you have to stop whatever you were doing before, but you need to adapt yourself to according to situation. See, I might not be able to hit the track how I used to hit the track when I was kid,
Right?
but that doesn't stop me to completely give up track. I need to adapt myself to the situation how now I am,
Mm-hmm.
or to the condition how now I am. Similarly, whatever your passion is, you still can do it, but adapt yourself to your current situation and keep moving forward.
So, if I was to add to that, you put yourself in a league of people like yourself.
Yep.
So, if I have to do my adventuring too,
Mm-hmm.
I would rather be in a position where I adapt in a way where the people are next to me are people like myself. So if
Right.
somebody's slowing down, I understand him. I relate to him because of his age. I slow down. I give him a hand. Come on, mate. Let's keep going.
100%.
So if you are in an environment, even better.
Yes.
So find the environment.
That's very important. I mean, environment plays a big role. I will say like the environment what I had in MES during this college days, it was an engineering college.
Right.
Okay, so if I had an injury, I had no one to explain to me that, see Suhail, when you have an injury, to bounce back to your old performance, you need to give time. You need to have patience. But rather, I was on the belief that it's all gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't anyone at that point of time
And
to
we are
educate me.
and we don't hit maturity at that age.
No, not at all.
Right.
Because what we see, it's based on movies, right?
You see Rocky and all these other
Yeah,
movies and that's it.
yeah. Unfortunately, the society and our environment is not very sports friendly. I would say,
Right.
even in India, and
Especially India.
yeah, especially India. No, not at all.
Right.
Mm.
But then now you have Neeraj Chopra,
Ah, yeah,
big inspiration.
big inspiration.
You have many other athletics personalities who I can't name off. I mean, I'm a marketer by profession. And I think there needs to be a level of marketing, but then people attach marketing to money. And if you're not getting money out of it, then why market it in the first place?
Hmm.
So I think the point is on us to prove ourselves, to make sure people know us.
I think you need to give back to the community because, like, see, whatever it is, when you represent yourself for the country, it's very important that you give back to the community, right?
Right.
So,
And then you might find people from the community approaching you and say, Suhail, you're an inspiration to us.
yeah, definitely.
The same people who were in Europe who said, Suhail, you were an inspiration to us back in the days. And now you're back at them saying, hey, I'm back.
I'm back.
I'm
Yeah,
killing it.
there's actually a statement from a famous athlete. Okay, her name is Shakari Richardson. She had some mental issues and everything, and that made her say a lot of haughty things, very proud things.
Okay.
But then last year she came back. She told, "I'm not back. I'm better." I would say, "I'm not back. I'm better by the grace of God."
Right. Adding to the medals that you had
Yeah, yeah.
in phase one of your life.
I'm not back. I'm better by the grace of God.
Right. So it doesn't end.
It
Now
doesn't
we
end,
need a new
inshallah.
wall to get more medals and trophies.
Inshallah, inshallah.
So
Yep.
that's a wrap for another dose of inspiration.
Thanks, man.
Someone-
Always.
I don't know how to put it through, but it's about the fact that you got to keep moving on. And it's not about success. If it's meant for you, it'll come to you. But it's about the effort that is being put in so that you don't care what people might have to say. You don't care about the results. You say that I've done it all. I've put my 100%. And I see that when you rep the gym. I've seen you versus the other people out there, and they might be looking at you as saying, like, what is this guy up to?
Yeah.
Somebody doing a complete
Different.
routine versus somebody who's just in to get his abs or his
Six
biceps.
packs.
Yeah, six
And
packs. That's all you want.
yeah.
All right. I wish you
Just one point. Trust the process. The results will follow.
amazing.
Right? Okay.
That's a wrap.